What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. My name is JD, and in today's video, I'm going to teach you the 3 tips I use to learn how to do double unders. If you're new to my channel, I provide CrossFitters tips and tricks on how to stay injury-free and get better at CrossFit. So please consider subscribing to my channel for more CrossFit tips. Double unders, everyone's nemesis. Seems very simple, but very hard to master and can be extremely frustrating if you don't have them on the day. I'm gonna go through a couple of tips that I used myself to learn double unders. I am by no means like the best double under in the world, but I can do enough to get by in a workout 50 to 100 plus. So the first thing you wanna focus on is how you're using your wrists to turn the rope. I say wrists because you don't want to use your shoulders. Wrists will be able to whip the rope much quicker than taking your shoulders and wrapping it around. Use your wrists when you whip the rope. Your placement of your hands, they're going to be right in front of you. You want to be able to see the rope and whip them. You're thinking about whipping them down, whipping them down. The cadence on which you whip the rope, it's more of a kind of sound. You're not quickly going because you need some time to jump in the air and clear the rope. So when you hear the that's when you are in the air. When you hear the pause, you are on the ground. So you need to practice that cadence of the way you do it, the way I practice it, I just grab my handles, grab my rope right in front of me, and I just start whipping like I had a single. I try to use my wrists to whip that rope in that cadence. To feel that, and you want to go faster, you get faster and faster. Or if your gym has one of these, you can use this to practice. Very similar, but use the whip to do a double take on the rope. You can use this, you can use a single rope. You kind of have to be okay with your rope potentially getting tangled, but that's what I used to do to practice the whip. So the second thing you want to focus on when you're learning double unders is focus and practice jumping higher on every jump. In a workout, if you don't have double unders just yet and you're doing singles, this is a perfect progression for you that will translate into double unders, but you're doing singles in a WOD. So when you do singles, you don't have to jump as high. So people get used to jumping just really hot, like low off the ground. But if the rope's coming twice, you need to give yourself time to whip that rope twice around. That's where I find people get tripped up, is they're not jumping high enough. What you would do in a workout, if you're doing singles, practice doing jump, 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 much higher so you get your body used to jumping at that height. Because then you'll be able to get the rope around twice at that height. If you keep jumping at the small height for a single, you'll never be able to whip the rope twice around and in time to hit a double under. You're more likely to trip. If you don't have double unders just yet, you're doing singles in a workout, jump higher every single rep. It'll take a lot longer in a workout. You won't post the best time in the world, but if you want to do singles for the rest of your life, that's fine, jump quick. If you want to learn how to double unders, jump high. When I say practice jumping high, I mean practice jumping high with straight legs. You never want to hike your knees up because you're going to slam down. A lot of people, they'll just think, raise my legs up as high as they can. So they stay straight and they bend their knees up here. So they contract their muscles to get the legs up at a height, and then they come back down and crash into the ground. But if I jump and I crash, it's gonna be very difficult for me to spring back up. I wanna be springing on my feet. So I'm up and down quick. I don't wanna up and land hard. Light on your feet because the rope is coming back around. This is the biggest mistake any CrossFitter makes. They think about bringing their legs up high as they can and crash down and they land hard. It hurts the ankles, it hurts the legs, it's exhausting. Stay light on your feet. So the third and final thing that I focused on when I was learning double unders is integrating a double after every single. You don't want to freak yourself out and just start whipping the rope really fast. So once you've mastered the height and once you've mastered what the whip should feel like, start adding like a single, double, single, double in workouts. So you want to be able to practice the single into a double. You want to stay in control of the rope. It's challenging to do because you're changing the cadence in which and how you're whipping the rope. So you're probably going to trip a couple times, but if you stay under control, if you have a heavier rope than the one I do, it'll be a little bit easier to practice the whip and control the doubles. So try that. You can try what it will look like in a WOD, at least single, double. Single, settle yourself down. Just like that. Just to wrap up, 3 of the big things that I focused on when I was learning double unders: practice the cadence, the kind of sound. You can use it with 2 handles and hear the This way you get practice on the whip, whipping it from the wrists, not the shoulders. Don't tire out your shoulders. Double unders are meant more to fatigue the grip as opposed to the shoulders. Second, practice jumping high off the ground. You continue to jump pretty shallow or not as high, you don't give the rope enough time to jump or loop around. So make sure that you're jumping high with straight legs and you're springing. Do not jump, bend the knees, and slam. You jump and slam, you're not gonna be able to jump up higher right away or jump right away after. And that's when you're gonna trip. Again, this is the biggest mistake any CrossFitter makes when learning double unders. If you're not sure if you do this, take a video of yourself, see if you curl your knees and then you slam. If that's the case, practice jumping higher, get used to the height. Finally, the last tip that I used was integrating like a single double progression. Stay in control of the rope, do singles, double, single, and then you'll be able to eventually string together double unders as much as you can. I hope you enjoyed the video on how to do double unders. Please consider subscribing if you want to get better at CrossFit, get higher on the open leaderboard, make quarterfinals, stay injury-free, and stay happy and healthy. Until the next video, see you next time.